All right, well, thank you very much, Dr. Reed. I appreciate that great introduction. You messed up my slides because I didn't know I was going to get such a great introduction, so I was prepared to introduce myself. But my name is G.C. Murray. The one thing that you don't hear about me on my bio is that in 2017, I almost died. And I don't mean like the cool almost died. I mean like the actual, like, almost died in the hospital, agonizing pain. But what it taught me, that whole experience, and it wasn't anything crazy. It was simply wrong place, wrong time. I have a blood disorder, sickle cell trait, so when I go into atmospheres that are too high, I can have a sickle cell crisis. Unbeknownst to me. Knew I had it, didn't know I could be affected that way, right? So I'm in Bozeman, Montana. Gorgeous. Who's from Bozeman? Oh, I didn't anticipate someone from Bozeman. I was in Bozeman, Montana, and then I started to have a sickle cell crisis. They take me immediately to the ER, and the doctor says, hey, if your spleen ruptures, and we're not 100% sure if it will or won't, it's testy, but if your spleen does rupture, you got a 10 to 15% mortality rate. So I say, that means I got an 85% chance of survival. And the doctor looks at me and says, you're not taking this serious enough. It wasn't until later on I got better, they flew me down, emergency flight to Miami, back to sea level altitude and whatnot. And it wasn't until I finally talked to a friend of mine who had invited me to that conference where he said, do you know you got better odds playing Russian roulette? And it wasn't until then when I realized something that I hope that we can all take away. It's later than we think. So our time to lead, our time to make a difference, our time to impact the people around us, that time is unequivocally right now. So, rock, paper, scissors, right? What a segue. So, I wanted to be interactive, and Dr. Reed said, hey, I want this to be interactive. You're the final countdown before everyone gets a couple more sessions, and then everyone gets to go home. So be interactive. So I said, what's interactive? What can I do? Everyone's coming in. Hopefully you had a great Saturday evening, and now it's bright Sunday morning. And I got to be honest, I'm surprised you're here. Because when Madam CEO said that breakfast and coffee wasn't going to be served until 10, I almost didn't show up. So I thought, okay, let's do something interactive. Let's do something fun. Let's do rock, paper, scissors. How many of y'all are familiar with rock, paper, scissors? How is every hand not raised? We got some contrarians in the group, some fundamental non-hand raisers. But rock, paper, scissors, it seems like a simple game, but it's about strategy, anticipation. It's about forethought, or it's just a fun, silly little game. But it can get complicated. How many of you all are familiar with rock, paper, scissors, lizard, Spock? For those who aren't.
Rock crushes lizard, lizard. But how about we go rock, paper, scissors? Oh, I don't think so. No. Anecdotal evidence suggests that in a game of rock, paper, scissors, players familiar with each other will tie 75 to 80% of the time due to the limited number of outcomes. I suggest rock, paper, scissors, lizard, Spock. What? It's very simple. But scissors cuts paper, paper covers rock. Rock crushes lizard, lizard poisons Spock. Spock smashes scissors, scissors decapitates lizard, lizard eats paper, paper disproves Spock, Spock vaporizes rock, and as it always has, rock crushes scissors. Okay, I think I got it.
That is so much more effective when you can actually see it, but everyone understands the concept, rock, paper, scissors. We're going to keep it simple. We're just going to go simple rock, paper, scissors. All right? So pair up with people at your table, and this is where it gets complicated. Hold on, folks. Simmer down. This is where it gets complicated. It's a competition. It's a competition. There can only be one, Highlander style. What'd you say, Dr. P? That's not good enough? Okay. My wife taught me this one when she lived in Korea. We'll up it. 2 on 2. You're going against 2 people at the exact same time. Both hands, rock, paper, scissors. So for example, You're going against him, and you're also going against, what are you going to play? What are you? So you're going against both. Let's get a little demo. Let's hype them up, y'all. Traditional rules apply. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Are we going against each other?
Everyone's going against, no, well, actually, he essentially would be going against him. But for right now, we're just focused on,
I'm so afraid.
you got this. All right. They all pick scissors. I can't believe this. We didn't practice this before. Okay, so you guys got the concept. Two-hand rock, paper, scissors, all the way around the table. And let's do it one round and see how it goes. So, did everyone run into the exact same problem? Yes, right? Everyone, collectively amongst all of us, we ran into the exact same issue. What do we do next? My left hand won, but my right hand lost. Am I out? Am I still in? Did the person I defeat lose? Because everyone wants to be the winner, right? So it's a fundamental thing. It's just a simple task, right? Because you think rock, paper, scissors is relatively simple. Even when you amplify it by one, it's still relatively simple. But the truth is, even the simplest of tasks can become difficult without communication, without strategy, and without a forethought. So let's tweak it a little bit and let's play it like this. Same exact game, rock, paper, scissors. Two-hand rock, paper, scissors. You lose a hand when you lose, traditional style. And then that person is the victor, and then that person continues until one person at your table has a hand, and everyone else has been vanquished. All right, sounds simple? So, no?
That was what we did before.
Rock, paper, scissors, you lose a hand until you're out of hands. Do we have a champion from over here? Champions, if you would please rise and be recognized and come to the front, to the champions table. Like I said, I didn't anticipate this many people would be up this early. Now,
The boss won.
no, surprise, surprise. The CEO won. Just FYI, guys, she's going to win. That's how this game ends. But now, before y'all begin, when we announced the champions to rise, did you hear anything when I said that? We all clapped. So even though every single person at the table, with the exception of one person, lost, we still clapped because we are leaders that lead from the heart. Even if we are not the victors, we still want to cheer on those who are on our team. Even though many of you all are probably sitting at tables with people you either met at this conference, maybe you also go to the same circle, or you're in the same circle. But for the most part, many of you all are probably sitting next to people you've never met before, and you still cheered them on. Concept I want y'all to keep in mind. All right, championship round. You guys know what to do. Don't pressure from your tables. Woo! All right. Go ahead on y'all's lead. I like the shush of the crowd as we. Do you see the level of concentration going into this rock, paper, scissors game? I heard, is that a paper? That's where we're at now.
Because you're thinking both your hands. Sometimes it's like if your dominant hand wants to do one thing and your non-dominant hand wants to do something else. And so you end up with this. That's what happened. I did that.
Who's still in? Let's try again. Let's see.
1, 2, 3, rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Okay, so hold
Did everyone, literally everyone pick scissors except for him?
your rock, paper, scissors.
Eh?
Oh my gosh. You had paper, so your scissors cuts the paper. Your scissors. So you guys gotta go again. She doesn't knew that. So yeah, I think they're that wasn't at every table. 1, 2, 3, rock.
All right, since it's championship round, there's only 3 of you? Are you still in? How many people we got?
I think there's 4.
This is taking longer than I anticipated. 4? Come on, guys. Stand up. The crowd wants you to rise. All right, so just for clarity, how many, everyone has one hand? All right, so you're against this gentleman, you're against this gentleman, you're against this gentleman, you're against her. One hand. Now it's normal rock, paper, scissors. Let's make it easy. East, west, east. Y'all against each other, champion next.
1, 2, 3. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
We're gonna do a redo. I don't know how you got this far, but rock, paper, scissors, shoot. She said, oh yeah, shoot, boom.
Rock, paper, scissors,
He wants her disqualified. He said, he sat down. You're still up. Championship round, everyone. Okay, so on my count, when I say shoot, throw out either rock, paper, or scissors. Didn't think we'd get this detailed. All right, you guys ready? You ready? Yeah. Are you ready? Yeah. All right. Rock, paper. Come on, guys. Work with me. All right. Rock, paper. What are you, a gunslinger? You just at the last second, just a Western style rock, paper, scissors. Just, gotcha. All right. However you want to do it. On shoot, throw it out. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. We have a champion. Congratulations. Introduce yourself to the group.
Ben Melnick, Campbell University.
Way to represent Campbell. We do have a grand prize. All right, so all of our champions, please, you can return back to your tables. Congratulations to all of you. And that's it. That's the end of the presentation. Now, let's dive in a little more. All right, so were y'all entertained by that? Did that get you awake a little bit, playing rock, paper, scissors this early? All right, so that's something that you can't do in a conference when you're not at a conference, because there's a benefit of being in the room where it happens. So I want to do a little thing. Yeah, you got the reference. Yeah, all right. Got some Hamilton fans here. So I'm young enough to remember when QR codes came out, but I'm old enough to remember where you had to have a special QR code app. Right now you could just use your phones. So I want everyone to use their phone, scan this QR code, and we're going to do a mind map. So I want you all to begin discussing what you learned from this conference. What's one word, and literally one word. One word, I see, I got to go into detailed explanation about these concepts. One word about what you learned from this conference, or what you're going to take away from this conference. And let's see if we can build some consensus.
So the thing that I taught to the table was connection, and how to make connections not only with other circles and other groups, but also connections within yourself. And something that I learned was how we're going to kind of take this back home and talk about this in our circles, what we learned at this whole conference.
Hi, my name is Farima, and we also talked about community and connections and the great people that we met here. And my table had consensus on why ODK, as most of us are attending for the first time. So we on campus we feel like we're alone, but here we found our community and we don't feel alone anymore. And we learned so many great ideas that we're taking to our circle. Thank you.
Good morning, my name is Kevin. We talked about 4 different words, but we chose inclusion. I think like many of the other people here, it talks about being together, and we talked a lot about how we can take tools, techniques, and actually implement them at our actual college instead of it just being notes in a book. So I hope we can accomplish that. Thank you.
Excuse me, sorry. My name is Ben, and we talked about our first 3 words were motivation, focus, and collaboration, but we sort of shifted our consensus towards collaboration and talking about the role that that plays in helping to motivate and focus towards goals, and also kind of talked about the importance of, as we talked about collaboration, sort of diffusing leadership so that it's not centralized among one person and a specific role, but really more about what you do than what title that you have, and collaborating across people, a more sort of egalitarian approach, and also how that fosters more creative problem solving.
I want you all to take an understanding and take an assessment of where you are as leaders. So hopefully, no matter where you were as a leader before you got here, you're leaving feeling more empowered, you're leaving feeling more connected, and you're leaving feeling better. How many of y'all are leaving feeling better?
Not after that video.
That video should show you that leaders are needed. Like, there's such a brain drain. Because one of the things they said, this is not the first time a whale carcass has ever rolled up on shore, but no one seemed to remember. That's another thing. You all are tasked, for the most part, you'll be in your institutions for 4 years, right? So in many ways, you all are bridge builders. You all are building bridges over scary waters that you'll never have to navigate again. And most people simply would just get over the water and continue moving along their paths. But you all are different, and that's why you're special, and that's why you're here. That's why you were selected by ODK. It's because you all will understand that river, though it was nothing for you, could be something that someone drowns in. So you build those bridges, even though you've already crossed that water. And that's so critical for the success of your institutions. But it's so lonely as a leader because you spend all of your time, all of your effort, all of your time, your talent, and sometimes your treasure developing things that you'll never get the benefit from. And you'll never get the benefit of. And even though you're doing that, and even though a lot of you all are facing that in your circles, where you're often, I guess, feeling like Sisyphus in a way, where you're pushing this rock up the hill and it just keeps tumbling down and there's no one else to help you with it. I am here to tell you, I'm here to encourage you and say, it matters. What you're doing on your campus matters. It matters not just today, because it matters right now. The programming you all are deciding on, that matters right now. But it really matters in a few years. It really matters to the next generation of students. Because the programming that you inherited at some point was someone's idea. And that's what you all are able to accomplish today. So I want you to agree to make the changes that you're doing. I want you to be intentional about leading from the heart when you get back to campus. Even though I suspect, listening to you all already, I heard egalitarianism today. So I know you all are already leading from the heart. But I want you to focus on your intentionality when you go back to campus. Focus on leading from the heart. Focus on understanding who you are as a person, as a leader, and understanding who your circle is. Because that's critical for the growth of the circle. Because as great as ODK is, it will only continue to thrive when you continue to recruit students into your circles and into your chapters. Then I want you to celebrate your diversity. I know there was one group that said they wanted to celebrate. It was the one that came up with the sentence. Freddie, good job, Freddie. It was the one group that says we want to celebrate our unique, different perspectives to come up with a combined group. I butchered that, but it was close. Celebrate the diversity of your circles. All right, now how many of you all remember the ODK oath? Liars. The ODK oath was special for many reasons, but one thing that you didn't actually orally articulate is the special part of the oath, which is the excuse part of the oath. ODK gives you an excuse to connect. And I know you all know that because 11% of you put it as the thing that you're taking away the most. ODK gives you the ability to go past the normal situationships with individuals. It allows you to go past just being able to just be colleagues, or the person works for you or you work for them. ODK allows you to actually become friends, actually become close, actually become allies. The ODK oath allows you the excuse to get closer to people that can help you in your career and vice versa. So I want us all to, let's see, we gotta be quick. I want you all quickly to connect with one another. So to me, by far, the easiest way to connect with people is on LinkedIn. How many of you young people have LinkedIn? Perfect. Oh, excellent. So I want you at your table quickly, because we're rolling right now. So I want you to quickly connect with the individuals at your table on LinkedIn. This gives you the perfect excuse to become friends. Square tap. I see business cards, which I haven't seen in a while. So that's pretty cool. Everyone's connecting in their own unique, nuanced way. So I'm going to get you all out of here. But before I do, I want you to enjoy the empire that has been built since 1914. I want you all to enjoy ODK. Because if you want to go fast, you go alone. But if you want to go far, you go together. So in my executive coaching, the thing that separates executive coaching from mentorship, the thing that separates it from everything else, the way that you are successful as an executive coach is one way. And it's not my rugged good looks, Dr. P. It is accountability. So here is what I am offering all of you all as a bonus for showing up and being in the room where it happens. It's an accountability partner for one short-term goal. So we're going to get you all out of here, but I'm leaving this QR code up. So if you have a goal and you say to yourself, then you know, I could achieve this goal, but I could use a little bit of help making sure I stay on it. How many of you all are familiar with Mount Everest syndrome? Only a couple people. I'm surprised by that. Mount Everest syndrome is, I'm going to climb Everest. What would you all say if I said I'm going to climb Everest? Some of you, best of luck, right? You would clap. Okay, good job, man. Good luck, GC. Pretty sure you almost died in Bozeman, but I'm sure Everest won't be a problem. You all would say good luck, but you wouldn't expect me to do it. And so what happens when I don't do it? Nothing. Everyone just says, oh, all right, I figured. I don't want you all to suffer from Mount Everest syndrome. I don't want your best and your brightest ideas, the things in the place where you don't pretend. I don't want that idea to be something that you think you cannot achieve, because the truth is you can. Maybe with just a little bit more accountability. So I'm going to leave that QR code up as we leave, and we're going to go downstairs. We're going to go upstairs one floor. So as you prepare to leave, I want to leave you with this poem. And it's the poem called If by Rudyard Kipling. If you can keep your head when all about you are losing theirs and blaming it on you. If you can trust yourself when all men doubt you but make allowance for their doubting too. If you can wait and not be tired by waiting, or being lied about, don't deal in lies, or being hated, don't give way to hating, and still don't look too good nor talk too wise. If you can dream and not make your dream your master, if you can think and not make your thoughts your aim, if you can meet with triumph and disaster and treat those two imposters just the same. If you can bear to hear the truth you've spoken, twisted by knaves to make a trap for fools, or watch the things you've given your life to broken, and stoop and build them up with worn out tools. If you can make one heap of all your winnings and risk it on one turn of pitch and toss, and lose and start again at your beginnings, and never breathe a word about your loss. If you can force your heart and nerve and sinew to serve your turn long after they are gone, and so hold on when there's nothing in you, except for the will which says to them, hold on. If you can walk with crowds and keep your virtue, if you could talk with kings nor lose the common touch, if foes nor loving friends can hurt you, if all people count with you, but none too much, if you can fill the unforgiving minute of 60 seconds worth of distance run, yours is the earth and everything that is in it, and this will be a race that you would have won. Thank you all for being here, and I look forward to seeing you at the end of the conference.